I don't mind being a defendant as well, because actually I can set a bigger trap for them. If I'm the plaintiff, I got to get so much in depth with everything to prove. When I'm the defendant, I could just sit there and let them walk themselves right into a trap like they did with this.
Welcome to this episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Episode 13. In this episode, Thomas goes over court strategy and the inner workings of auto finance companies. Are You Afraid of the Dark starts now.
I don't mind being a defendant as well, because actually I can set a bigger trap for them. If I'm the plaintiff, I got to get so much in depth with everything to prove. When I'm the defendant, I could just sit there and let them walk themselves right into a trap like they did with this.
This is around the time they do it every 2 weeks. See, they're not like credit acceptance where they do it and they don't sell nothing publicly.
These structures are all going to be different, but you know what's always the same with all of them? The core principle. The core principles that we go over in this class. It's always going to be evident in any case, regardless of the type of transaction.
So y'all got 350 million in A1 class, A2A. Look at all this. Look at all this money.
It's a broad group where we cover security. The main core elements are securitization, securities law, advanced accounting under the accounting standards codification, and mainly tax law. Why securitization, securities law, accounting, and taxes are the main core elements of this group? Because they are all interconnected with financing. We don't talk about attacking the financing based on the contract itself. We go from a deeper underlining meaning of what the contract really means and how it's accounted for on the books, how our claims are recognized in court, and from the proper understanding of the statutes and regulations and publishings that govern these transactions, and then tax law as well. Everything that you're going to learn is going to be straight by the IRS books. I'd advise you to start, kind of go up, look at the older classes, look at all the pinned messages. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself familiar. But the main things in this group is securitization, securities law, tax law, and accounting. Because all that is going to affect how we assert our consumer rights.
Absolutely.
So, welcome to the group, and don't try to force yourself to get it all down pat. You got access to over 300 400 videos, over 16,000 pinned messages. The documents are going to be pretty much what's most important to you. Take your time. This is a foundational group. This is where you build your proper foundation. We have professionals confirming everything we say. Through one of our group members, we got access to an ex-SEC attorney who worked for them for 27 years. So everything on here is going to be a little different, but everybody here has a brain, and everybody here is going to be able to figure it out. The company originates indirect loans. There you go, right there. An indirect loan. You notice how, even with credit acceptance, even with Wells Fargo, you notice how it's always going to state indirect loan? Because an indirect loan is not a direct loan to the consumer. It's a loan to the dealership, in which the dealership are installment contracts.
You can't rush this process. You just can't.
At this stage, at the auto purchase, you're not.
That's classified.
So the dealership has no
Top secret.
in your contract. That allows us to move them right out the way. They don't even file taxes, dealerships, because all they...
Shut up, man!
So this is how a typical transaction goes. You buy a vehicle for $25,000, right? And let's say you got to pay $40,000 back. Inside of that 40,000, besides the government fees, taxes, and all that, you're going to be paying.
I'm not lying.
Fees. You're going to be paying fees. You're going to be paying, which is.
Of course, I'm not gonna tell you.
You're looking at the guy where secrets go to die.
I'm not gonna tell you anything else.
Is
We gotta learn things about the market.
which they account for as on their balance sheets. You're going to be paying the fees. You're going to be paying for the gap. The problem is, instead of putting that, what they do is they bill right there those amounts. See, the tag on the vehicle is not really 25,000. It's really 10,000. But they ease it up to 25,000. That's the purchase price of the vehicle. So from that's when they do their 23.99% APR, yada yada yada, that brings it to 40,000. But if you look, you'll always know that from the finance chart out that they say, it never shows the actual full breakdown of the finance charge, because your finance charge in 99.9999999%, just like a paternity test, 99.99999% of the times, is never really going to include the actual amounts that you're actually paying. The number on your TILA disclosures is going to be a very small amount.
I think it's brilliant evidence.
The difference is called hidden interest and fees, and since they're not listed and disclosed, that's how. So what do we use to prove? We use, hey, Your Honor, hey y'all, we gotta pay $15,000 back, but on a TILA it only shows that they only paid $4,000 to others. The extra $11,000 went here. See how we breaking it down, showing them this is what we actually paid, and what we actually paying is not the issue. The issue is what we're really paying wasn't fully disclosed on TILA.